Welcome back to the Armenian Museum of America. I'm Gary Linsanani, I'm the curator, and I'd like to share another collection with you. These are some textiles that were recently donated to the museum by Heather McCracken in Washington State. Heather's mother was a nurse was stationed in Tanta, Egypt, back in the 1930s. And while there, she had visited Alexandria, where there was a large Armenian community, and she purchased textiles from the women there. This is the 1930s, the Great Depression, which had hit countries everywhere, the economy. And so the women were desperate, and Armenian women were all skilled at needle skills. And so they were making textiles and trying to sell them to support their families. And so Heather's mother purchased these textiles, which is then given to the museum. And these represent both traditional handworks and other styles of embroidery that they all practiced. These particular pieces are Marash cords, the embroidery from Marash. These are interesting because these were not done by a professional, and you can tell, because the straight lines here are very wiggly back and forth, not perfectly straight, which suggests that the person was not an accomplished at this particular time, but they were doing it because they needed the money. Also, they did block printing. This is a large tablecloth, but this is all hand with a block. They put the designs on it. This kind of embroidery, the stitches are typical of Urfa and Sivas, but the pattern itself is the kind of pattern that would appeal to Art Deco. And Art Deco was very popular at that time. And these women are trying to make a living. They're trying to survive, so they need to make products that will sell, that appeal to the tourists. And this was one that would have great appeal to tourists. And of course, as an Armenian woman, they all learned lace. And these were examples of needle lace they made, different styles, different patterns. Also for the tourists, they would make things that would appeal. These bibs, for instance, this particular one for a very small child is the kind of boat you would see on the Nile as the designer ship. Whereas this larger one has bunny rabbits. Not a traditional motif, but it appeals to your market, and so you go with what sells. And so these bunny rabbits, all done in exquisite small needle cross stitch. Really beautiful workmanship, but they are not traditional in style, though. And of course, this is a larger tablecloth that they made as well. And so these are all representatives of a cottage industry. The artisticness of the Armenian women. We're very thankful for Heather for donating this collection to us. It's very unique. The Armenian Museum of America is here to share our stories, our history, our culture with you, the public. We thank you for joining us. We thank Michelle Collegian, the president of the museum, for making this series possible. We have wonderful exhibits here. We hope you will join us here again. Until next time, stay safe.